it's Melissa. Happy Monday. I don't typically go live here on YouTube, but we got some really long-standing issues here with Silhouette. So we are finding things that are working for people to recover their library. So we're going to go through those options, those tools. I have a free guide to do this, so I'm going to make sure that you get access to that. I have some helpers here who are helping me to let me know what is going on. So hopefully you guys can hear me. So here's the deal. We're going to wait a couple of minutes to have more people join, because I know this is an issue that a lot of you are having. So if you are having an issue with your library not syncing, if you are having an issue where you have been able to access your account on Silhouette library, but you can't sign in, or you can sign in, but your library is like missing or half missing, or it's a giant mess, or you have issues with downloading your purchases from the Silhouette Design Store, or you have subscription credits that are just stuck and you can't use, I've got solutions for all of that. So first thing that we are going to talk about is the fact that there are many other ways that you not only can, but should be storing your design. So we're going to get to that as well, because there's a way to export all of your library designs in the file folder system that they're already in Silhouette, so that you can basically access them other ways. So we've got a lot to get through. I do have, like I said, a whole guide. So we're going to get straight to that. So I have some, hello, feel free, please give a thumbs up and to this video to just get it out there. And also if you comment. So as you guys know, I don't typically do live on YouTube, but I've been following this trial that's been going on. I'm not even going to say the name of the trial, but I've been watching live YouTubers and they all are like, give a thumbs up, do this to help the algorithm. So I'm sorry to plug that, but that's what we need to do. Okay. So here's the deal. So first things first, those of you, I've dubbed this myself SyncGate. So SyncGate is basically this ongoing issue. Hi, Lori. Hi, Alicia. This SyncGate is what I've dubbed the ongoing Silhouette issues with the Silhouette Design Store, your Silhouette America account, your Silhouette library that started literally 2 months ago. Okay, this is outrageous. And so if you guys know my story, I started as a DIYer, and we're going to DIY this fix ourselves too, because I don't know about you, but I am tired of waiting for Silhouette America. They say a fix is coming. I don't know. Okay, so here's the deal. First of all, let's talk about what is syncing. So several years ago, Silhouette created the ability to essentially work to sync your Silhouette library to your Silhouette America account. You can use the software Silhouette Studio offline, which is great. So basically, like if you're on an airplane and you don't have Wi-Fi, you can still use Silhouette, which is a huge benefit over other software programs that are web-based. Okay, so this means like if you're out camping and you don't have a Wi-Fi connection, you can still use Design Cut from Silhouette. However, the way that the library is now set up is that your designs that you purchase from the Silhouette Design Store are quote unquote synced. That's that like Wi-Fi internet reliant connection between your library and your Silhouette America account. But you don't have to use that. And you can still access your designs. So the syncing issue that we're having right now with the cloud is what is the root of all of these problems, but created by Silhouette moving to a new server system. So this migration, and I've been through many migrations myself on my own platforms, my own websites, and it's a huge pain and it's a huge risk. And if you don't take necessary steps beforehand, do tons of testing, unfortunately, this is the type of situation that you can end up in. And at this spot, we're at a huge scale. So as I mentioned, you do not have to use the Silhouette Design Store or the library. So not only can you get your designs from other places, but you can store them in other places. And that's kind of what we're going to get to once we figure out how to get your library back. So there's a couple of different scenarios. First of all, you need to determine if you can sign into your Silhouette Studio library. So, and I have this all written out, and my helper girls here are going to make sure that you have the link to this, because I'm basically reading off of the guide that I've put together to help you depending on what scenario you are in. Okay. So first thing that you're going to do to determine if you can sign into Silhouette Studio is to launch Silhouette Studio and go to the library. So you know how at the top it says design, library, send panel, and oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the other one? Store. So you're going to go to library. And then once your library opens, first of all, if it opens, you're going to click on your name. All right. So that means if your name is there and you can sign in, you are signed in. If you get this box that just starts sinking, that means you cannot sign in. Okay. So there's two different things that you're going to do. First of all, if you can sign in, you want to change your Silhouette Studio so that you work offline. So there's an option for this, and I'm not going to go through every single step because there are probably a combined 30 different steps depending on your scenario that I have laid out in just bullet points, step 1, step 2, step 3 in the guide. But essentially, if you are able to sign into your Silhouette Studio library, you are going to check the box that says work offline. So when you are working offline, you can still access your library, but it's not this constantly trying to connect to the Silhouette server that is erroring out right now. Okay, so if you can connect to your library, you can access it, and then you're working offline, you now have a couple of options. One is to export your library in the way that a lot of people think of exporting your library. It's just file, library, export. What that does is it gives you basically this code on your computer, a file that has just this bunch of code. You can't use that to access your designs anywhere else, but you can export your library or your user created designs in the exact file folder system that you have set up in Silhouette Studio already. So that's a different process. And the process that you use for that is you're going to go to your library, you're going to click your name, and then you're going to click the option to export user created files. You just find a spot on your computer to save this. For right now, if you're doing this right now, just save it on your downloads or on your desktop, and then move it to somewhere like Dropbox or Google Drive. These are free cloud services that you can access from anywhere that you're signed into that account, okay? And what that's going to do is it's now going to literally create. So if you have folders in Silhouette Studio Library that's like Christmas, and then a subfolder that's, cut files, another one that's for sublimation for Christmas, and so on, it will extract your library exactly like that in the file folders and the file types that you already have set up. So that's a really good option for you. Then you can use those files that are there and just reuse them back in Silhouette Studio, completely bypassing the library. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. Okay, the next thing, if you sign in and you are not as lucky, your library is, you've signed in, but your library is like not intact, or it's only partially there, or you have failed downloads, you're going to check for something called library snapshots. This is a feature that honestly, they should require you to set up when you install Silhouette Studio, because what it does is it does exactly what it's called. It takes a snapshot of your library at any given time, and you can set that up for daily, weekly, or monthly. And it's going to capture a picture of your library. And I'm going to answer some of your questions here in a second. Let me just get through this section, and then we'll talk about the questions that you have, and then we'll go back to the next. So the snapshots are just going to take a picture of your library exactly as it is at a certain point in time. So if you go and access your library snapshots, and the way that you do that is you go, again, you've signed into your library, you click settings you click your name, and then you click settings. There's an option that's going to pop up on that box that's going to say library snapshots. It's going to give you two options, browse and revert. First thing you want to do is browse. There's going to be hopefully a whole list of your library snapshots there. So you want to find one. In this case right now, during SyncGate, you want to find one that's prior to the middle of May. And you want to, before you click revert, you want to browse. And that's going to basically give you a preview. I think it should be called preview, not browse, but regardless. And so hopefully you have a library snapshot that was taken prior to the middle of May that you can then revert to. Okay, so what that'll do is if you revert to that, that will then allow you to basically put your library back to how it was. Now, you should be doing all of this while you're working online. If you're in a situation where you can't log in at all, we'll get to you. Okay, so that's library snapshots. Now, if you get your library snapshot back, now go back and extract your entire library so you have all of it. Okay, the whole thing that we're trying to accomplish here is to get access to the library and then extract it as it is right now so that you can work with the designs that you have without having to get into the library, without having to sync, without having to sign in. Okay. All right. The next solution that I'm going to talk about, if you can't sign in, we're going to talk about in just a minute. But let me get through some of these comments. I emailed Silhouette on the weekend and messaged them via Instagram. No one has answered me yet. Okay, so there is a very, 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 very long queue. So if you emailed Silhouette America, which I am not Silhouette America, I am Silhouette School, I am Silhouette U, I am So Fancy, but I am not Silhouette. If you emailed them this weekend, honestly, I would not anticipate a response for a long time. But with that being said, to answer your question, when you're asking, when I open Silhouette Studio, it tells me there is a new software version, but nothing happens. Do not install any new software. I'm just letting you know right now, do not install any more software. Also, if you're looking for same-day help, if you're looking for one-on-one chat with me, if you're looking for other types of benefits aside from troubleshooting as well, silhouetteu.com, that's my premium website, subscription website. You are welcome to join that. Those are some of the benefits that our members are getting access to. Same day help, different things like that. So you won't have to wait for Silhouette's help. You can just ask me and I'll be happy to help you. Jeremy is asking, so is this not a good time to buy a Cameo? It's not that it's not a good time to buy a Cameo. It's that when you buy a Silhouette Cameo and you install the software, and actually, Jeremy, you would be in an even better situation because you could just start fresh without using the Silhouette library at all. You could just start your own system on Google Drive, on Dropbox, on your computer, on another hard drive, external hard drive, because you don't need the library. The library is a storage, but it's really, as you can see, not a super reliable one. And so you can certainly open files in Silhouette to design to use your Cameo without ever using the library. Just go to File Merge and open the file, and it opens in a design area, and then you do what you need to do. Then instead of doing File Save, Save to Library, you would just do File Save, Desktop, or downloads, whatever. Next question, will it export only user designs or does it export designs purchased as well? Lori is asking. So good question, Lori. The export user created files is only going to export files that you have created or imported into Silhouette Studio. With that being said, that brings up a point that I have here on how to download files from Silhouette's design store that you currently cannot access. So, or that you want to put into your own file system on a, Google Drive or wherever. You can go Silhouette America, go to your Silhouette design store account, sign in, go to your orders, and then you can download. Now, unfortunately, Silhouette does not have a bulk download, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But you can download those one by one and they will download on your computer, and then you can put them into your own file folder saving system. And then again, you could just go to File Merge and use them. It's not ideal, but that is a way that you can download them right now while your Silhouette store, Silhouette account purchases and Silhouette library is not syncing. Also, this also brings up a point. The Silhouette design store is not the only place to purchase designs. So Fancy, for example, we have many, many, many of the same exact designers. We have even more designs. We have fonts, designs, templates for sublimation, for laser, for cutting, all of that. And also right now, So Fancy is offering a credit match. So if you have credit stuck somewhere in another subscription program, if you join So Fancy's VIP program, which is our subscription, we will match that missing credit that you have right now through the end of August. And we'll post a link for that as well. Okay. Okay. I want to buy a Roland, but okay. So we're not going to talk about Roland right now. I love Roland, but we're not going to talk about Roland right now. With thousands of designs, won't that take up gigs of hard drive space? Plus you won't have thumbnails with the designs. Lori. Yeah. So that is true. It will take up parts of your hard drive, but that's why I'm suggesting to use it on Google Drive, because Google Drive gives you a ton of free space. And for a situation that we're in right now, especially if you're using those designs to run a business, different things like that, Lori, then this is a good option. And honestly, I wouldn't go in and just download every single one of your designs that you've purchased from the Silhouette design store. As you need them and as you go to use them, just download that way. Okay. As you go. Okay, so now we talked about what to do if you can sign into Silhouette Studio or in your Silhouette Cloud in the library. Now we're going to talk about if you can't sign in. So if you can't sign in, this is what I want you to do. I want you to basically put your computer in airplane mode. And what does that mean? That means disconnect your computer, not Silhouette Studio, not your Silhouette Cameo. I want you to disconnect your computer from your Wi-Fi network. So you have to go into your settings and turn off Wi-Fi. This is temporary. Don't worry. You'll still be able to get to Facebook later or from your phone. And don't do it right now or you'll lose this video. So after this, and again, this is all explained in my library recovery guide. What you're going to do is disconnect your computer from the Wi-Fi network. Then you are going to relaunch Silhouette Studio. So make sure Silhouette Studio is closed when you do that. When you do that, that is going to prevent you from even being able to sync. So you've cut off the Wi-Fi connection, which means you won't be able to sync. Now, try to go to your library. If you can go to your library now and you can click the work offline button, now you should be able to see your library. And then you can go back and do those steps that I talked about for the people who can sign in. So then you can hopefully be able to extract your library. If you can't, that's okay. You can probably still find your library snapshots. All right. And as I talked about in that prior version. Now, once you do all of that, once you get to this point, and let's say now you've been able to get your library back, you can reconnect Silhouette Studio. The key here is while you have your Wi-Fi off, check the box to work offline so that it doesn't keep trying to sync. Okay, what if none of that works? What if you're signed in and your library is completely empty, you have no snapshots, you can't extract anything what if you can't sign in? What if it just, oh my gosh, Melissa, none of your options are working? Okay, so my dear friend Tony, who was working at Silhouette for a long time, till several years ago, he was one of their developers. He has, out of the goodness of his heart, created a library extraction tool. Okay, so this is what I would call a last resort option, but it is going to allow Mac and PC users who can't log in to extract their library in a way that you can then, again, have access to your designs, your folders, different things like that. And I have linked to Tony's extractor tool at the very bottom or in my library recovery guide, okay? All right, so here's the deal. These are the types of comments that I'm getting from people who have gone through my library recovery guide. These are what people are saying. Thank you, Melissa. I just found your blog post about reverting to an old library snapshot. I found one from April. This has worked great. Here's another person. I had this issue today. After following the steps on Silhouette School, all of my designs and libraries are back. Melissa, all capitals. Thank you. You just saved my life. Well, I don't know about that, but I'm so glad, Mary, that this worked for you. This is week 2 now of this is another person. This is week 2 now of me having access again to my library. Okay, so this solution that I am laying out for all of you guys, the various options, and it's not going to be the same for everybody. That's why there's like 6 different steps, and it's like, if this, go to here, if that, go to this section. Going through these options is giving people access to their libraries, their designs in one way or another. So we're going to stop waiting for Silhouette to come up with a solution. I know they are emailing many of you, telling you your account's ready to sync and then download some other version. No. It's not, that stuff's not proving to work for the large majority of people. So that's why I'm asking you right now to try these options. Okay, so let's say you get to all that. Now what? Now what I want you to do is protect your Silhouette designs for the future, okay? So as we talked about, set up your own file saving system off of the Silhouette library, okay? Please do not rely on the Silhouette library. It never was intended to be used as a store. It's intended to be used as a storage, but it's really not a file backup. And if you are using this for your business or designs that you use for your business, you're really taking a risk that is just not necessary. Okay, so I have a video on how to set that up. And then I also have a video on how the easiest way to open Silhouette design files completely bypassing the library. Okay, so that's on there as well. And then I have a third video as well that's going to show you how to download those files from the Silhouette design store that you have. They are all in my Silhouette SyncGate playlist, which I will also link in the comments, or one of the girls from my team will link in the comments. Now, I mentioned previously that we also have this design credit. So if you have design, because this is another thing that I'm hearing from people, is in this 2-month period, you have a subscription program to the design store. It's continued to charge you, but you can't access your credits. You have missing credits. You have designs that you can't download. You have designs that you've purchased that aren't showing up in your library. If you are just like over all of that, you might want to look into the design credit program that we have, the design match credit that we have on SoFontsy. Okay, so again, I know, and I've gotten feedback on this, that the Silhouette subscription is much less expensive. It also is, the benefits are different. Okay, so the SoFontsy subscription offers more than just designs. All right, you get a 15% off every digital product on the site in every order. You get a $30 per month voucher or $360 voucher per year that can be used site-wide. So that can be used on DTF transfers. It can be used on sublimation templates. It can be used on cut files, fonts, whatever. And on top of that, the 15% off. You get early access to sales that are limited quantity. You get partnership deals. So if you're buying equipment from certain resellers, we have discount codes. You get extra freebies, 40 extra freebies per month. I actually just saw in the Silhouette design store that they have one freebie right now, and it's only available with purchase. So just, we have what's called a education and small business resource library. So if you're looking for templates, if you're looking for, time and temperature printables that you can just print out and put by your heat press for various things, all that stuff. Free font of the month, extended license, which means you can use the designs for things like if you're selling stencils, different things like that. And then again, we have the design credit match. The design credit match is a limited time. It's good on, there's a section of designs, about 9,000 designs that you can use to redeem that credit that you have. So anyway, shoot us an email, shoot me an email if you continue to have issues with your Silhouette library, if you continue to have issues with syncing, there is a solution for you. It's just we got to find the right one. Someone, my dear friend, gave me very good advice a long time ago. It didn't have anything to do with SyncGate, but it just said there's always a solution. We just have to find it. So we have various solutions for whatever syncing, library access, those types of problems that you're having, and we will get you all situated and set up. But we are not going to sit around and wait, because that is not what we do here. Okay, we find solutions. All right, so all the links for everything in the comments below. Please, again, give a like, subscribe to the channel, share this post when you see other people who are saying that they're having issues as well. And that's it for this Monday. Hopefully, by the end of the day, you will have all. Oh, let me go back and look at here. Kelly is asking, I am having an issue with syncing in the library, but it was finally resolved. Yay. Lori is saying buy a Cricut. Cricut you can buy a Cricut, but here's the thing. You talk about your designs being stuck in Silhouette Studio. You don't even have an option to extract your files from Cricut. So you can go down the Cricut Design Space route if you want, but the issues right now with Silhouette designs being stuck in the Silhouette design store is a temporary problem. Those can be extracted. Cricut holds everything in there. Whether you buy it from Cricut or somewhere else, you will not be able to pull it out and use it for anywhere else. So just be very, very careful with that. Okay? All right, you guys, I will see you soon.